Hey guys, this is Andrea with ADS, here to bring you the very best in marketing and branding tips, as well as business tips for those of you who are entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, and personal branders. And by the way, let me explain solopreneurs real fast. I just had this question recently. So people are like, solopreneurs, what does that mean? So solopreneurs is basically self-employed. You've replaced your job, but you've not really taken on employees yet, which, I mean, honestly, you can be $1 million consultant and still be a solopreneur. So no shame in the solopreneur game. So when I say solopreneurs, you guys all know what that means. Another day I'll explain branding because someone else had a question on that too. So one thing at a time. So today I wanted to chat over just a few little golden nuggets around customer service, which is so important, especially this time of year in the holidays, particularly for people in retail and brick and mortar entities, but also those of you who have online businesses and you're shipping out orders, products in particular, but also services, so everyone needs customer service on some level. Two things I want to share is a customer kind of talent manager, basically your HR people, lady at Netflix gave a comment about how important it is to empower our people with common sense and logic. Two things, one which my dad used to say and still says, that common sense isn't common, but I love her point. What would happen if we empowered our people with common sense and logic as opposed to a rigmarole of policies and crap they have to memorize and follow and not be human with. When we empower people to be human, it makes all the difference. So those two things, common sense and logic, empowering your people with those two things can be so powerful in your organization. Okay, so that's nugget number one. And nugget number two is about an acronym I came across recently, which I think is so fantastic. And I'll link to the original source for this below if you want to check out more about it. The acronym is LAST. And so it's a super cool acronym all about what happens when something goes wrong, which customer service is surely about fixing problems too, right? So we've got great positive customer service that's proactive, but when we have to be reactive and fix a problem, what should we do? I love this acronym because it's so simple. So LAST is listen, apologize, solve, and thank. Listen, apologize, solve, and thank. So simple, but it's very critical and not a lot of people get it. So real quickly, I'm going to run through those for our own benefit here. Listen means actually listen with real empathy, not checking your watch, not multitasking while someone's complaining to you. Really sincerely, deeply listening while someone's talking to you and taking in what they're saying and not taking it personally, right? Because they're mad for a reason and it's not necessarily directly because of you, or it could be. And if it is, you really need to listen and figure out what it is that they're upset about, because it could be miscommunication, it could be misunderstanding. It could be a number of things you don't know until you actually listen. So listen. Take yourself out of the situation and actually listen with empathy. Listen. And so then on top of listening, you also want to apologize. No matter what happened, you want to make sure you put an apology out there, a sincere one, and not some scripted thing that you were made to say, but an actual, hey, I'm very sorry that this happened to you or that this was your experience. Don't make it personal about yourself, but just saying, that you experienced this problem. I really want to fix this for you. What can I do? So you apologize. And then also the S is solve. So you want to solve the situation, whatever it is. Do your best to solve it. If you're in a large employee organization and you've got managers above you and that kind of thing, if you don't think you have the bandwidth or even know what's best to do to solve a problem, then you might take that up to your manager. You might say, hey, let me take this to my manager. I really don't know what's best to do here, but I want to take it to them and see what solutions they might have. If you're on solopreneur mode, you are the manager and everyone wrapped up in one. It's you, so do your best to solve the problem. If you have to take some time, again, I would say think with empathy. Think with empathy, solve it as quickly as you can. Again, apologize, listen, apologize, solve, and then thank. You want to thank people for bringing you problems, which sounds crazy, thanking people for complaining to you, but you want to thank them because they didn't have to bring it to you, right? They didn't have to bring you their problem. They didn't have to even tell you about it. And the worst issue is when someone is upset and they don't tell you, and then they go leave a bad review on Yelp or otherwise, which is not what you want. So if someone takes their time, which is money and is valuable, they take their time out of their day to complain to you about a problem they have, thank them. Thank you for bringing this to my attention, because it gives you an opportunity to fix it. And it gives you an opportunity to course correct. So if you have processes in place, there's a flaw in the system somewhere, you can bring that to attention to the powers that be, whoever it is that needs to know, to make those changes and say, hey, this is causing a problem. We need to fix it somehow. So thank them for bringing you their problem. Listen, apologize, solve, thank. 4 simple things. I love that acronym for customer service. It's super great. So, and the other part is just be human, infuse some empathy in your behavior, because people are people. And if they're upset and you've been in situations where you've been upset with companies or situations, remember how you felt and understand that the best thing you can do is be a human and show empathy and show that you're actually listening, repeating things back to people and say, I understand you meant this. This is the problem. So they know you're actually listening and you care. 9 times out of 10, people just want to know that you actually care and you're doing your best to fix it for them. If people take the time out to talk to you, it means this is important to them, right? All right, that is it for today. Little customer care tidbits for you. What questions do you have about customer service? I would love to know this. We haven't really talked about customer service on this channel before, but I do want to hear your thoughts. What questions do you have? What issues or things have come up? What customer service stories do you have that you want to mention? I would love to hear that. So make sure you drop that comment below if you're watching this on YouTube. You can also leave us comments on social media as well. And so you can find us anywhere at The ADS Agency, THEADS Agency. Find us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, here on YouTube. And you can also listen to us on podcasts, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, all those great places. Rate us, leave a review. We love that. We read all the comments. And again, thanks so much for joining us. Happy holidays if you're watching this right now, and otherwise, have a great day.